Good afternoon. Welcome to Risk On, episode 34. Just Sats, Swizzle, myself today. Brought to you by FOMO, the best multi-chain trading app out there. I use it, Sats uses it, Swizzle uses it. Join today. Use promo code RISKON for 50% off your trading fees. Or if you're going to be really generous and want to screw over Sats and Swizzle, just use mine. None of us fixing that. Give me more promo fees. Swizzle's already on my promo code. He's paid me a nice monthly salary every month. So
And print, no?
print and
Yeah.
Swizzle, just the two of them. Pay.
Got some pretty high volume users right there. You've the RefLink final boss, yeah.
You just need a couple good ones.
Yeah.
But how's everyone doing today? I feel like we're gonna have a nice little therapy session.
Yeah, I think it's needed. I think it's needed after this last week. I feel like I've lived. It's another one of them weeks in crypto where I feel like I've lived fucking 3 months in a week span. Feels like so much has happened. And you blink, you step away for one day, you miss the next generational runner. You come back zeroed out, because you bought 3 hours too late. Classic stuff. Burnt on Ralph. I think all three of us took a hit on Ralph. I have a devastating story about it, as in I literally bought just before I went to sleep. Went to sleep at 6:30 in the morning, as you do in the trenches. Woke like an hour late. If I stayed up for another half hour, I would have saw his tweet and got out. But I decided to sleep. Woke up minus 80%, as you do, normal day. But yeah, we're back. Recovered some.
Well,
yeah, we're not back. We're not back.
If it makes you feel any better, Sats, I think you being awake probably wouldn't have helped that much because it happened like that, man. It was true crypto trenches form where it was everything was bullish and then it was over very, very quickly. A lot to get into. I think the one thing, while it has not been all good, I think whether you're looking on the macro side and the more high level stuff or you're down in the trenches, like the good news is, even though there's been some ups and some downs and some really bad stuff, it's not boring. And it was boring for a while there. I feel like it was boring for a couple months. Just negativity around, not a lot happening. You can't say there's nothing happening now. And
I wasn't losing money before, though.
Yeah, now I'm losing it at a rapid pace.
That's true.
To be fair, I'm also gaining it at a rapid pace, but it goes hand in hand. So, like, I hit reasonably well on Seeker. I had a bit of a fumble, but I hit. I made money, which is it's a good start. Recovered some of the Ralph loss. But it's moving at a rapid pace. And I don't know how you guys keep up. Obviously, you guys trade on fucking Bird Eye still, so.
Hey, if anyone were to get a Bird Eye promotion or sponsorship, I don't even know if the devs are still active on that site, but I am a loyal user, man. Yeah. I'm very loyal to Bird Eye.
I had a Bird Eye subscription for about a year, so I've paid them like $500 or something, if not more. So I think
I probably would have done that. I didn't even know that was.
You were on the free version.
I didn't know they had a premium version.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't even know they had. What do you get with the premium?
I don't even remember. I mean, I when I first started trading again, this was like late 2023. Like Dex Screener was shitty for Solana tokens. The only way to like find tokens was to pull up Bird Eye. And what I used to do is go on Bird Eye and look at the top like 100 tokens by volume, and I would find anything that had any form of like use case, because everything was like at zero at that point in the trench. Like Nas and GoFX and all these tokens that ran to like 9 figures basically, and I would just buy anything that had any use case, didn't seem like a scam, and I would make insane multiples. And it was all thanks to Bird Eye as the one place where it had all the information.
Yeah, I think we all started there, and you guys just never left.
Well, you know what though? It's a sneaky good product.
Yeah,
I know I'm not one of these terminal traders. We were joking that we might do an episode coming up here and have, whether it's you, Sats, or someone else, like Wood and I go on Axiom and we do a tutorial session and the unks learn how to trade Fortnite style for the first time.
Learn how to bundle.
That would be so funny, man. That would be so funny. Yeah. I think you guys would be shocked. When I was explaining what actually happens, I feel like you guys would be very, very shocked of how advanced it is now. How advanced this game has come.
I will say, I believe all three of us invested in Quickscope. But like Trevor, I think their Quickscope's beta is going live in a few days or something like
Went
that.
live
This
yesterday.
is like a yesterday new terminal, and I did like go through the 20-minute demo that Trevor kind of showed us, and I was like, holy shit, man,
Yeah.
this is another world, and there's a lot you can do on there. It's
Mm.
scary. But I guess so that's just like a souped up version of Axiom. Is that the idea?
I think so. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Axiom on Crack. It integrates into your Telegram chats and like everything. It's pretty wild. But we need to get a Axiom final boss on the show to really walk us through
A
what
real
For
Axiom
sure.
tag.
nowadays are doing. Because Sats, you told us that every coin you buy, somebody has bundled like 20% of it and is just dumping on your heads until $1 million.
Yeah,
What
that's
it's
usually
really doing.
true. On the first run up to a mill now, it's usually got at least like minimum 10-15% bundle, if not more, in between GCs and
And that
FNFs. And
bundle has no intention of holding to higher numbers. It has
oh no,
all the
no, no.
intention in the world to crush the chart.
Yeah, of selling very, very discreetly in $200, $300 clips. So when you ape, when you and Swizzle and me, for example, we ape 10K in, we're trying to get 1%. This guy increases his sells and sells right into your volume. And that's why you don't really see a lot of chart impact when you're buying in decent clips anymore, or at least when you do see chart impact, it's kind of reverts back pretty quickly on these low caps, especially sub 1 mil. I think what I've experienced the most is I make the best multiples on things that have already broken out, where the bundle is relatively out. Like in the first 2 or 3 hours of the coin being made, say it has that initial run, I don't really make any money. I don't really make much money. But once things break out and the bundle is stopped aggressively selling, I find I have a lot more success then.
Yeah.
Because it is a tough game. You're playing against players who are literally deving the coins, especially on the bags meta. Like they are deving the coins. They've messaged the dev to claim, and they are getting out one way or another with your liquidity. So
I mean, man, I don't even know if you realize how insane what you're saying is. Like,
Yeah.
I think all the experienced traders or the people who are deep trenches, like, are probably listening to that, nodding their head like that's normal. We all know that. If you're listening to this and you're just like, you log on every once in a while, you're kind of checking back in. Maybe I'll buy his meme coin because it's funny. Oh, there's this, uh, new AI founder that whatever. It's like the fact that it's basically like assured that it's a guarantee that it's heavily bundled in a like almost like a cohesive formulated way. It's
mm,
like a team attack that's happening. That is not normal, man. Like
mm,
that's crazy that we even bother to try to trade these new pairs still, or that people do. But like it is toxic.
yeah,
I don't
but
think there's another way to say it.
yeah.
But we just adapt. I suppose people just adapt and they're like, okay, this is just how it is now.
Yeah, this is what happened when all the Fortnite guys came over. It's a good analogy to make because these guys are playing quads. These guys are queuing quads on fucking Fortnite. These guys are 4 man deep running a little team against each other. And that's
They're
the way
not
they
even on the
view
same
it.
team,
They're
huh?
not even
They
on the
actually
same team.
they
Like,
well they work together and then
And then they
yeah,
PvP each other.
it's
yeah, they PvP each other on the way out. And that's just the way it is. That's the game we play now. And that's why, low caps have got increasingly harder because, these guys will be the ones deving the coins and then they will be the ones bundling. They're doing the full package. But I think it was expected to happen. Like a lot down this line, like when there's money to be made, people will try and game the system as much as they can. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just the natural progression of markets like this. I think it was
so
always bound
sats.
to happen.
What happens like man, I'll just choose like you got like this there's like a penguin meme coin that's up at like 15 million, or you've got I don't know, like you could pick a number of these different ones. At what point, if you're looking at this as a trader, do you say, okay, like the whole bundle experience is done, like now we can evaluate it based on price action or volume, or the quality of the meme or whatever the AI project is, like like what are the metrics people can look at to say, okay, I don't have to worry about the bundle anymore? Or is it like after that first run up, it crashes and then it's rebundled, and is there just always an active bundle?
I think
How do you navigate
I
this?
think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both, as in time. Most things right now in this market suffer from time rugs, as in you can't wait out the bundle basically. There's a thing right now like it could be a great narrative or a semi good narrative, and you could sit on it. You buy it at 300-400K, but could you hold that for 24 hours and the bundle not sell? Probably not. So you're better off, in my opinion, just waiting 24 hours, and you get simply a better entry every single time. And I haven't seen a lot of cases where that behavior isn't rewarded, because the most thing what these guys rely on is FOMO, from people like us. Like they want to see a big run to maybe 500-600K, and we're all trying to buy 1%. We're all firing 6K clips, and they will just unload into that, and that's why we don't get these big, crazy spikes to 6 or 7 mil right now, because these guys are just consistently offloading. But I think it's best waiting a few hours, seeing if the coin survives, number one. And even if it does run without you, you just can't get FOMO, because you got to understand, in a few days time, or in maybe not even a few hours time, you're gonna have a better entry. There is no FOMO anymore in this market.
Yeah, there's no FOMO, and ceilings are significantly lower, and the same thing's going to happen a couple hours later with a different coin.
Yeah, literally.
There's always another coin, and they're going to do it to the same. They're going to do the same thing to another coin, and just slow rug the shit out of you, which is a drastic alternative to being hard rugged, like Ralph. Like
it's worse, man.
Like our boy Jeff Huntley just did to everybody.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Did you see him post a picture of himself on Instagram today in a Lambo?
No, that was AI.
Was it? Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
I did.
I thought
we pull that up. We gotta pull that up if we have it.
Thank God.
Oh,
oh man. Yeah, man, holy shit.
He rugged us and got a Lambo.
That is a tough one, man.
I thought that was real.
No, I wish that was real. Honestly, I wish it was real. That would be CT deep lore right there if he actually bought a Lambo.
It really, really would. But I do want to go over it, because I mean, I thought we had all kind of agreed that okay, bags was done, whatever. Gas was done. It didn't work. But then Ralph kind of came back really strongly. The Jeff guy, who spells it like an asshole.
Yeah, Geoffrey.
Who the fuck spells it like that?
Yeah. Rich white guys.
That was red flag number one, first of all, and I ignored it. And so everything's going well. I thought we all kind of agreed, like, all right, we're all going to pile into Ralph. Like, let's go. Let's create a PV runner. Let's sustain this narrative. Like, I bid pretty heavily at like 35 million, because I was like, there's volume, chart looks good. Like, it seems like this is it. I know a ton of other people that bid pretty good into it. Swizzle, I know you did too. He then posts a tweet about himself selling, and then everybody just loses their goddamn mind. I was sleeping during all of this. I woke up at 7 a.m. my time, because I got a good night's sleep, like a responsible human.
Rookie mistake, sleeping.
I got a nice 8 hours of sleep on Wednesday night. Woke up Thursday morning, look at my phone. First thing I do every morning, because I'm terrified of being rugged, and usually I'm not rugged. This is like a very rare occurrence, and I see Ralph at 6 million, and I'm immediately down close to six figures. And I'm just like, oh, that really sucks. Like, what the fuck happened? That really, really sucks. And then he starts tweeting about how he had to de-risk his free investment. How do you de-risk an investment you got for free?
Yeah. I tweeted about this, and some people disagreed, but like some people just said, like, he's playing the game, and I think that's a valid point. He is playing the game, and he is here to make money, just like a lot of us. But I think in the long term, he would have made more money off fees. He was up 350K in fees in total, just from trading volume alone, not taking a single bit of profit. And like you said, he was OTCing his bag. He could have OTC'd more if he'd like. I probably would have bought some.
Could have OTC'd it to me.
Yeah. I probably would have bought some at a 20%, 30% discount. Like the great guy I am. But yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He one clipped out of the chart, and made off into the sunset. But I do think in hindsight, maybe he'll look back and go, that was a mistake. Probably right now he's looking back going, maybe that was a mistake.
Well, I don't know, because another thing we saw pop up this morning or last night was, it sounds like the whole characterization of who this guy was not fully accurate, or not really, like, we believed it was this naive, this AI dev who's not really been involved in crypto. And then, like, this morning, I don't know if you guys saw, it comes out where it's like, okay, he actually was, tweeting about Bitcoin, talking about NFTs, and was, basically like bashing them and crypto culture for years back in 2021, 2022. I don't know if we have that, Henry, if you can pull it up, but like, it's not a great look, because now, Nick, shout out, friend of the show. But yeah, I mean, he's clearly engaged with this stuff before. I think, you can interpret this one way or the other. I kind of see it as like, okay, he kind of went under the veil of like, I see an opportunity here. I can feign being a little bit naive or ignorant about how this all works. But now, in retrospect, you look back at the information, and the guy's engaged in a negative manner towards, back in the NFT days and all that. It's like, okay, so we've been here before. And I just feel like we always end up in this spot where people in crypto are trying to convince non-crypto native people, like, who are doing something, and basically trying to attach a crypto narrative to it, and then convince them that it's a good idea for them to engage. And it never ends well. We've gone through this iteration in multiple different ways. We've had different kind of flavor of the month ways to try to spin it. The reality is, like, the way these incentives are aligned, it's just like, I don't see a path to success for trying to basically throw money at someone and then expect them to just be a good actor. When they have no reason to, and they don't, they either know how the space works and don't like it, or they don't have any, like, real incentive of trying to push the space forward. They just see opportunity. And I don't know, I would love to see, like, a rallying around crypto native builders, or people who have a history of a reputation, at least, of like, they're going to put a best faith effort into it. And there are people out there. It's just like, we don't, like, romanticize those people. We don't push them into the spotlight. Maybe because it doesn't feel novel, because they just have been around. But it's like, there are trustworthy people, there are reputable people out there who believe in the ideals of crypto and want to build something on those rails. Maybe we as a community need to help them build something with better product market fit, and then, like, rally around that narrative, as opposed to trying to, like, fit this round peg into a square hole, or whatever it is, square hole in a round, whatever. I don't know. It just feels like, man, now that you look back at the Ralph thing, it's like, okay, we've seen this play out so many times.
It's pretty stupid in hindsight.
It was never going to work.
Hindsight, it was obvious.
It
was never going to work. Print this morning was saying he was asking a question about, like, if a dev had endorsed a coin yet, and I was like, holy shit! Like, why did we think that was a good idea? What like what in this, like, okay, we were going to create a token for people that they had no, like, relationship with, and a bunch of F&F groups were going to just try to sell a bundle on them as soon as they committed to it. Back to our boy Nick, he also said something interesting yesterday, which was that we're trying to, like, it's a bunch of non-technical people in crypto trying to, like, solve technical problems.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nothing worse when Nick fuds your bag on the tech shit, man. Nothing worse. You post a ticker in there, you're like, wow, this shit's great. I own 2%. Nick comes in there, wow, this shit sucks. Dev said this. No, man, come on.
Yeah, it's part of it, but I think it's true. It's a bunch of speculators trying to like pick.
You have no idea what we're doing.
Technical problems that should form narratives and use cases in crypto, but like the reality is that like we're just not the people to be doing that, and people much smarter than us should be figuring out problems that we need to solve. But yeah, this whole thing, man, poor fucking Ansem, 0 for 2.
Oh man, yeah,
just 0 for 2. Like, I can't catch a break right now. And I think the bags bet has got to be dead.
I think so as well. But I think Finn, I was thinking about this today. Finn is the best example. You remember when like everyone was saying the crypto cockroaches who never go away and they always manage to survive?
Yeah.
And they survive every nuke. Finn is that guy. He will come back with another product, and he will come back with something better, something new and improved. What we all go back to, we will all flock to. How many times has Finn been cancelled? I can't even fucking remember. Like, this guy's been hated. This guy was most hated 2 months ago, and now he was back. He was back for, maybe not long. He was back for a few days, but he controlled that meta, and I think he will be back. There'll be some drastic changes to how bags works, and they'll give it another go.
How much money do we think he made?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think there's a chart out there, like one of the Dune charts, which shows what shows, and it must be an obscene amount of money. It must be an obscene amount of money.
So how does it work? There's a 2% tax on every transaction, right? What does that go towards?
I think 0.5 goes to the dev. I'm not sure. I might be making it up, but.
And then Meteora takes some of that, right?
Yeah. Meteora takes some of that, and then Finn, is fucking pouring that all in.
You think Finn's taking 1%?
He's got to be. Let's say the Ralph guy made 350. Finn made 7 on it.
Okay, so look at it this way. So Bags did over $1 billion in
volume.
What's it called? In volume over the last 7 days. I think I saw that come out yesterday.
Holy
day and a half ago.
Fuck!
They did in the last 7 days. So that was now. Granted, this is not like you can't go start annualizing this like we used to do with Graphite Protocol. Like this is not sustainable.
Annualize
that.
Annualize that revenue.
Let's just take the last 7 days. So 7 days. Let's call it an even $1 billion of revenue. If we're saying Finn took 1% or Bags took 1% of every transaction. What is that? He made $10 million.
$10 million. Yeah. He just made a bag. No wonder he's fucking. He's not on Twitter right now. He's in the Maldives.
Sorry,
bro.
I should say we paid him $10 million in a week. That's the reality.
We paid him.
Everyone were willing participants. He just gave you the opportunity, and people ate it up. So
he led a horse to water, man, and we drunk.
Yeah, we really.
So you're saying now he gets canceled and then he'll just resurface in
he's not getting canceled. He didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong. I don't think he did anything wrong.
I think he's been trying to. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but he keeps trying to support whatever devs claim the coins. It's a little dirty, but I think he's clearly doing everything he can to just promote his platform, right?
He's trying. He's trying his best, and I think he gives people the tools, and then they get abused, and that's what it is. That happens with everything. Anything that happens in this little meme coin game is going to be abused, and I think it's kind of the unpreventable. But I think it would tweet this. It's another win for Alon, and this guy can't stop winning, and he's not doing anything. This guy's adding to his. Yeah. He just disappears and comes back, wins. Because every other dev fucks it up. Bonk have had some missteps. Now Bags have had some missteps. So it's just another win for the Pump Fun clan.
Yeah. Alone tried something. He tried the CCM stuff. It didn't work. He was like, you know what? I'm done trying.
Yeah, I'm never coming back.
I'm going to give it up. I'm just going to keep my product as it is. You guys all fuck it up, and I'm just going to keep winning. And he's done that really, really, really well.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone else,
not only go ahead. I was going to say they're not only the first mover; they are now just the default. Whenever something else goes wrong, okay, we'll go back to pump.
We'll go back to pump. Yeah, we'll go back. They'll save us, guys. Don't worry. Alan will tee up our bags somehow. Come on.
He followed me the other day, and I was like,
"Wow!" Tell him to go through your previous tweets.
I know. Well, it was funny because I said something that wasn't even nice about him. It was kind of like a joke, we're all back to fucking Pump Fun now. And he followed me, probably thinking it was nice of me. And if he went back and read my tweet history, it's not kind to him.
He's eyeing you up as a new Pump Fun Cole,
dude.
DMs are open.
I'm not so sure I'm your guy, but I'll be your guy. I'll be your Pump Fun.
Would maybe he's making he wants to make a competitive offer, because I don't know if you know, we all propped you up as a candidate for this new the Bonk Fun head of the trenches role that Soulport Tom is hiring for. We put your name forward. I don't know if you're a willing participant, but we figured you'd be a good head of the trenches.
I think I would be. I'm highly unqualified for this role, and that's exactly what we need. We need somebody to come at it with a fresh set of eyes, and come at it with integrity and honor, and really
Preferably someone with a Bird Eye premium account.
Yeah. A real Bird Eye user to come and save the trenches. Bring it back to 2023.
Yeah.
Rolling back the chain.
You guys talk about fin resurfacing. Just wait till you see the Bird Eye resurgence. 2027.
The Bird Eye ref links. The Bird Eye ref links will go crazy.
I can only hope to have a career as long and prosperous as our boy Finn.
Yeah,
he's just been around. He's printing money. He keeps his name in the ring. He stays
making
relevant.
10 mil here and there. Nothing.
So crazy. I'm not as familiar. What did he do before bags? He was part of the D Gods?
Oh, was he? I don't know.
I know he rocked the D Gods PFP, but do you guys know what he did before bags?
I don't know what he done before bags.
He was a D Gods guy. We can ask Frank. I have no clue what he did though.
Finn was a D Gods guy, man. These D Gods guys, it's like Stanford, man. All these guys are just now really good. All these guys spread off. Yeah,
D-Gods 3 is just everywhere now. It's everywhere in crypto. They're in every.
It's got a D-Gods something about D-Gods going on. One of the big founders, someone's involved in D-Gods. Crazy, man.
Maybe you got to flip your Boogle for a D-Gods, Wood.
I think that might be. I was having an interesting thought yesterday about going back to my old puppet and bringing back in like demon days.
That'd be real most hated days.
Yeah. Well, I think Boogles are pretty strongly hated, but I think my old puppet was my favorite. And when we were on the show with Joe a couple weeks ago, shout out to Joe, he still has his puppet on, and I was like, these are the good old days.
Yeah,
of like crypto, and it was pure a couple years ago. No one was bundling coins. We were just happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. I think we all thought they were going to be the next crypto punks.
I want to bring that energy back. Of me paying 1 Bitcoin for a fucking Bitcoin puppet and thinking that was a good idea.
Yeah, and you were convincing me. You were convincing me back then that was a fantastic idea, and I was close to biting, but instead I bought fucking 10 different ones. All went to zero instead.
Hey, speaking of our guy Joe, I have a quick question for you guys. Like, he gave us a pretty compelling list we went through of like, he was kind of saying he's ignoring the trenches. He's more like these like mid cap. Kind of new DeFi projects that like he's kind of excited about, and he's kind of sprinkled around. Do you guys think the fact that like we are seeing on-chain volume and like all this stuff is happening, say it's with the bags meta that dies out, where do you think it goes next? Like, is there argument to be made for like real products start to really like catch some volume and attention and make some runs and get some like deserved recognition? Or do you think it goes back to meme coins, or like, is it going to be another AI pivot? Like, what's the next iteration here that you guys think we see?
Man, I honestly think I don't think anyone can predict it now. Like, I think we've been around this whole like this roller coaster so many times of like, where are we going next? And we always end in craziness. Like, everyone's. I remember back like maybe October of last year, maybe a bit before, I was calling to go back to ICOs. We went back to ICOs, and then they started launching like 00.
What the fuck are ICOs?
No, ICOs.
Oh, ICOs.
YCOs. Oh. I wish we had something different, man. I wish we had a new take. But yeah, I was going back to go back to ICOs.
That went well.
Yeah, that just went terribly. It went terribly. We've been going around, and the ICOs die. We go back to meme coins. Wojak gets rugged. I saw someone tweet the other day, Ansem didn't call Wojak, he called fucking gas and thing, and someone was calling him a retard for that, just because they didn't shill his bags. So, impressive stuff.
Yeah, I think I have no idea what's going to happen, but I do really, my favorite thing that always happens when tech metas or whatever kind of burst a little bit and memes catch a little bit of a bid is the meme coin guys being like, oh yeah, and everyone said that memes were dead guys, right? Meanwhile, like the ceiling of memes just gets substantially lower and lower and lower, and like the top memes in the past are all trading minus 95% of their all-time highs, but we've got a penguin at 14 million, so memes are back, right?
Yeah.
Well,
surefire side.
I mean, I know you're saying that. Actually, hang on. I know you're saying that jokingly, but
I'm not saying it jokingly.
No, like they're kind of right though. Like in the sense of, yes, it's about asset selection, I suppose, but like Solana's down 60%. Like all the alts are down too. So I don't think it's a necessarily fair criticism to say, oh, the memes died and now they're, we make fun of them for saying memes are back, because yeah, like it might be I think the reality is what it's turned into is it might be that it's a new meme or whatever, but like, everything suffers in like a Bitcoin downtrend environment. It's just true. But what bounces the hardest, what new things pop the hardest once you recover an uptrend, and we don't know when that is. I don't think it's been disproven that memes are ultimately where the strongest returns come from. Like, would you disagree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the right conditions, if you're able to buy early and hold through the volatility, memes are certainly where the best returns come from. And memes are also where we return to when we have nothing else to trade. So like
Right.
we all try to do this like tech meta where we bribed AI Claude vibe coder guys
Yeah.
to back coins. That didn't work, but in the process, all memes rugged during that time. We saw Wojak go get absolutely decimated. Buckcoin got decimated. Anything else that was useless traded at like what 65 million yesterday just got crushed. And then Ralph, excuse me, Ralph Ruggs, and now we got the Penguin running. We've got Useless up a little bit. We got Buckcoin catching a bit again, I think. So yeah, like we're back returning to the thing that we sucked the liquidity from, right? So we all sold our memes. We pulled liquidity from memes to buy the new thing. And new money came into the new thing too, right? We hadn't seen runners like that in a long time. And now all we're seeing is just a simple rotation from the things that didn't work back into memes.
Right.
And
It's kind of,
no
and you've said this a lot. The memes are the default,
yeah,
right? So it's like if your strategy, I'm someone who does this, so this is bad of me to say, but if you're someone who just holds the 2024 meme coin and holds it forever and assumes, okay, it'll all return back to that and it'll go to glorious all-time highs, probably not a great strategy. But if you're kind of toggling between the risk on, risk off environment, you recognize that like when there's an absence of a meta, memes will dominate. Memes
yep.
will be the default. But they will always lose liquidity to whatever emerges alongside them.
And someone smart out there was like, oh, you know what? This bag stuff is really dumb. And they saw it with like clear eyes. They weren't clouded by idiotic judgment. They sold Ralph at 40 million and they were like, you know what? I bet you Fartcoin is going to bounce 30% from here or whatever it is. And they made a ton of money. Someone out there did that. That person was not me. I'm not that smart. I don't have the foresight to do that. But someone did that.
Did Fartcoin bounce 30%?
I just made that up.
Sats is like, oh man, I got to pull up my chart.
Yeah, I did pull up the charts and like, yeah, they haven't bounced. They bounced. They bounced.
I think he was just using an example.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do think it's prescient advice
Fartcoin
to say like,
looks okay.
I think most people overestimate their ability to like be limber and navigate. And even if they think what you just said, even they might think that's going to happen.
Yep.
But they think they're going to be agile enough to get in and get out and then get back to the other thing. And the reality is like there's probably 0.01% of like active traders in any industry who are like able to really navigate things that efficiently. And the reality is other people would be better off trying to be anticipatory and be willing to miss out on some returns and try to position, in places where you can more safely park something is not going to die and buy a dip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you pivot back? Like this is maybe an interesting question because people say, you shouldn't buy the old memes. You should wait for the new stuff, and you should avoid the old coins. When you go back to memes, are you guys still looking at going back to Useless and things like that? I know Swizzle's still glorious holder of a lot of Useless, so I know your answer. But would you say you'd be looking at straight Fartcoin Useless when they say pivot back? No chance. Wow.
Zero chance in this whole world. I mean, dude, we've seen this story play out over and over again. Mm-hmm. If there was any validity to that statement, WIF would have bounced back, Popcat would have bounced back, Fartcoin wouldn't be trading minus 90% from its all-time high.
Yeah,
I mean, Mishi wouldn't be at 2 million. The list just goes on and on and on and on. There's no reason to buy legacy memes with your hard-earned American USDC dollars.
Yeah, Fartcoin seems to be in a bit of they launched a Launchpad. I don't even know if you guys know about that.
Another Launchpad.
No
Another
idea.
launch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
No way.
they launched a Launchpad of some sorts. They like the main Twitter was calling some other meme coin, like saying like, oh, the same dev is running this. Like it seemed a bit, I don't know, it seemed a bit zero-y to me.
The thing about meme coins is that everybody is always going back to Doge or SHIB or Floki and being like, these things range, they pumped, they died, they pumped, they died. And then they went on this generational run, right? And they say that everyone says that about their own coin. So the odds of that happening to your coin are next to zero. And if that happens to a coin and I miss it, like I'm okay with missing it because the risk, because the R&R just isn't there, and the likelihood of that happening is next to zero in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different environment. There were so few coins back then. There was less than 1,000 cryptocurrencies that existed when Dogecoin and SHIB, did their first, massive pumps. So it was a different environment. There was less dilution. I think, I don't like fully agree with Wood in the sense that it just depends on your approach, because if it is a somewhat established meme coin, like I don't think you want to just hold, but like, these are some things that it's like, if Bitcoin goes on a monster rally, you can probably expect these things to have a nice, pump, like a 2x off the lows or whatever. And then you got to get out. I do think, the Launchpad thing, sorry, this is a little bit of a segue, but the Launchpad thing is funny, Sats. Like how many times we've seen it, whether it's bags, I see people talking about Surge now. There's just always a new Launchpad that's being promoted, and they all have a fundamental problem that's like, there's someone on the back end of that with incentives, and they need to do certain things to try to make sure they bring money and revenue back to their platform. And the things that they do are like, whether it's creator rewards or, fees increases, it's all a race to the bottom, and people are trying to suck attention. To me, we only need one more Launchpad, and it's an open source, anonymous, like verifiably no one is benefiting from it, and it's just like, okay, you can freely launch tokens. It's not going back to Pump Fund, it's not going back to Bonk, it's not going back wherever. It's just something that people can use, and basically to me that would complete the race to the bottom. It's like, we can stop arguing about the creator rewards or the trader incentives or the this and that. It's like, stop all the gimmicks, and it's like, we are where we're at, we've done the race, and now like we know what this is. Like, we might as well just make it a clean, gutted version and have no individual attached to like benefiting from like pulling liquidity from one Launchpad to the other.
But that sometimes makes the coin. That sometimes like people buy the coin, like Alon's going to crime this one, Bonk guys are going to crime this one. Like that's sort of the games that sort of played right now. Like with what's that coin called? Don't right now, like on Bonk. That had an interesting narrative, but like when it first came out, everyone was like, Bonk's gonna crime this, guys. Bonk's gonna crime this. And like, say if we have a decentralized fucking Launchpad, like that whole narrative sort of disappears, and then we are back to trading straight shitters, nothing else, which maybe is for the best. But
maybe I should run for head of the trenches on that campaign, on that platform.
Yeah, it's like a fucking like the fucking president.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. To me, it would be, I view it as cleansing, and I don't know. Maybe you're right, Sats. Maybe it would like eliminate trading activity, but I think it could be the reverse, where it's like, we're not. Ideally, there's an anti-sniping, anti-bundling solution. No one's come up with that. That would be the other thing. If you could just try to find a way for some leveling of the playing field and get rid of the slosh and the slop that's happening, but like. Otherwise, we just continue to accept that there's varying levels of games of extraction being played, and you either opt into that or you opt out.
What would you say is the way they like a combat to the bundling problem? Because I've heard a lot of people say, it's vesting. It's vesting. Have these guys who say you get in sub 100k, you hold X amount on a wallet, you're vested for X amount of time, but then there's always going to be tools that advance against that and will get you below the certain threshold of the vest or something like that. So it seems like an impossible problem to solve for me right now, but
it'd be a great solution for someone to come up with. I think we saw this happen at the end of the NFT run back in 2022 or whatever. Like, you saw this push towards like Dutch auction where they were like, well, let's make it a fair distribution system, and that way people can't just spam mint NFTs. And now you're running into the same thing where it's like, how do we prevent people from just spam bundling something as soon as it comes out and orchestrating these? It clearly the number one problem. Solution may or may not exist though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard reality. If someone can figure this out and find a way, it'll just delay those issues a few days or down the road, and then it starts at a different threshold. It's still going to exist, but I think there are ways you could probably improve it. And maybe it buys the space another year of existence, and then you'll still, run into the race to the bottom.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking about this the other day. I really hope we look back on these episodes and say a year and we go like, wow, what the fuck was going on back then, like in the trenches? Like that shit was done. And hopefully we have something new and exciting going on then. I really fucking hope so, at least. But yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, listen, like people thought that burning coins was bullish or locking coins was bullish, but the reality is like you burn coins and then like instead of there being 100%, there's 80%, but then like $1 just becomes 1.2, like one token becomes 1.2 tokens. And the problem is just like, or the opposite way. Same thing with locking. Like people, I'm locking on this wallet, but my side wallet has this many tokens on it. So it's like it's just masking problems. And I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but everything we've kind of talked about seems like, okay, you vest under 100K. Well, then above 100K, we have the same fucking problem.
Yeah.
So the real problem is dilution.
Yes.
Dilution is the real problem. And that's something that's very difficult to roll back because, it's already been enabled.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
speaking of that meme coin, did you guys play that at all? The Don't coin?
I faded it because it was the night after Ralph, the morning of Ralph, and I was like, I just need a break. I need a break today. I went outside the house, thank God, briefly, and quickly returned to trading shitters on the blockchain. But when I'm outside, I don't want to be holding fucking coins. Like, I hate walking around. You flip open your phone. You're having a good day. Flip open your phone, down 50%. You're thinking, shit, what a terrible day. So I'd rather just stay sidelined on things like that. But it is an interesting coin, I guess. It's an interesting concept. Seems like they're committing crimes on the blockchain, but making up for a balance sheet with a meme coin.
I think that's the only reason they did it was that their DApp buys are down 60% and they need to inflate their balance sheet to show investors that they're not totally incompetent. So
that is very funny.
It's very funny.
It is very funny. It is very funny, and it does sound like some bullshit I would participate in and I would buy. So,
but as someone who has been fucked by many a DAT at this point, I'm 0 for 2 on my DAT experiences right now. I kind of felt hesitant, but it also just what goes to show like DATs just seem like they might not have been a good idea.
You heard Nobody Sausage has got a DAT coming?
Does it?
5 mil.
Incredible.
What could go wrong?
I mean, as long if they do what they say they're going to do, then that's better than a lot of DATs.
But that's half the battle, isn't it? That's
half the battle. But I did think it was kind of badass how they found the person who sniped like 1.3% of it and made $1 million or whatever, and then bought it back and like forced them to give it back. I thought that was cool and like how I thought that was good for the token. I'm curious how it performs on in the long run, but I am sidelined. I think it's probably a flash in the pan.
You said that was good for the token?
Yeah, it was cool.
They saw it. I mean, the wallet was linked to. It was someone who was involved in it, right?
Yeah, it was a team member, but that's not great.
That's oversight. Something normal we're used to now. Just a team member fucking around. What can you do?
Sorry, I didn't realize that was a bullish interpretation. I thought it was like, oh, this insider thing got exposed and then he got caught. But
I think people view them things now as like, you know what, he didn't rug it all, so he didn't he didn't zero it, so we can accept this. Like
the bar is low.
The bar is so low.
We don't even view that as being that bad. Like honestly, like people were saying that a wallet sniped 5% of it and made $1 million. And I was like, oh, like par for the course. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
probably Raza.
Probably Raza.
Probably Raza. He's probably playing his little theme tune. Probably playing his little theme tune.
We should get him on the pod to be the Axiom final boss and teach us.
We should.
Bundling.
Razzo's very undercover. People don't really know that he is the guy stealing your coins.
He wouldn't call it stealing. I think stealing is a hard.
I think he's playing the game. No, I think he's playing the game.
He's very on record as he's like, everything I do is legal, transparent. I don't hide it. I tell everyone what I'm doing. Like, and you know, it's an interesting take where he's like, fair play, I am playing by the rules, you know? So
he's just better than everyone else, which is, fair play.
Yeah, fair play for him. And then so between that and then we had Seeker launch the other day. So we've had back-to-back days of like, if you got in early, pretty like decent returns on new coins.
I do want to talk about Seeker.
Yeah,
Seeker's very confused by what it is.
So
very confused.
Yeah, the confusion is what cost me. It cost me a big bag. So
yeah. So just for clarity, so Seeker is the Solana, the Saga. What is it? The Solana mobile phone.
Yeah, the Seeker phone.
Saga. I have two of those, but this is the new one. It's the Seeker.
The Seeker. So the new Solana mobile phone came out, and anyone who got the phone and downloaded the app or whatever received the airdrop of this token that's in some way unclear, some way correlated to the actual phone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have more clarity on that, but the question that was asked by a couple people, including myself, is why is the native token of this phone not Solana? Why is it a separate token? And what is the point of the token? Obviously, it did over 100 million in volume of trading volume, like within 24 hours of the token being launched. It coincided with the launch of the phone. But what is this token? Has there been any comms on that, or am I asking irrelevant questions here? I
think you're asking the right questions, and you're asking the intelligent questions. However, you're not asking the questions that make money in this market. This is Tolly's meme coin, in my opinion. This is Tolly's meme coin. He's got a Seeker phone, and the Soul Avengers flocked out to push it. And I overthought it. I was asking them questions, the exact ones you just said, like at 70, 60 mil. And I was saying, like, why is Solana not the native token of this? It doesn't add up. What is the point of this token? But what I should have been thinking is, Solana haven't pushed another meme or another coin apart from Solana. And this is their second baby. And I should have been buying on that native. So I think a lot of people overthought it. But yeah, I am also confused about the token. I don't really know what its purpose is, if it has a purpose, if the phones are good or not. All I've heard about the phones is that 10 people have bought, like, people bought 50 of them and farmed the airdrop. That's the only good positive thing I've heard about the phones. But maybe we're wrong. Maybe he's creating the next Apple here.
We thought he was creating the next Apple.
And if he creates the next Apple, then what does that mean for the token? Is it related?
Billions, but no. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. This is the thing. Revenue is not tied to these tokens. It's not like an equity thing. So I have no idea. I think it's like an
ecosystem token where builders have to use it to pay for things, and they get paid in it, and all this shit. I think it's probably gonna, do a nice trend down to zero eventually. Yeah. But
this stuff drives me crazy, man. And don't get me wrong, I trade it. I follow the flows, I follow the volume, I trade all this stuff. So hand up, I'm guilty. But it still drives me crazy because I'm like, so is it a meme coin? And if it's not a very funny meme, if that's the case, like what I don't understand. Like, if we're gonna do a utility token, why don't we attach some utility attached to the product? Have it be related in some way, tied to the revenues.
I think this is the honest answer that no one will say out loud. But
here we go.
If you're Tolly and you have the ability to create money out of thin air whenever the fuck you want to, you're gonna do it. You're gonna say, I have this phone, I have a token. This phone cost me a lot of money to make. Maybe I want to get paid back for that, and I can do that by launching a token that people are going to trade, and I own a ridiculous percentage of it. And I'm going to get it on Coinbase. I'm going to get it on Binance. I'm going to get it listed everywhere. I'm going to create a shit ton of volume for it, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to make money. And I think that is the honest answer. There's, if you had an infinite money glitch staring you in the face, and every couple of years you just had to make a little token just to fund something, you'd do it too, maybe. Am I wrong there?
fund a little venture.
I think it's that
I don't
simple.
think they need to though. This is the problem. Solana makes so much fucking money. Like
that's the thing. I don't think like there's got to be something more to that. I get it if it's random failed AI developer who is looking for an out because he, hasn't been able to figure it out, in like the Web 2 world or whatever. I know that stuff happens, but this is like this is one of the leading infra companies of in all of crypto. I just think there's got to be a purpose. Maybe we're missing it. We just don't understand. There's got to be a purpose.
I think so. I think we probably don't understand. We probably haven't researched our bags enough. But it does seem like, I think that it's always going to come back to the question of like, why is Solana not the native token?
Yeah.
It just doesn't really make
Anyways,
any sense.
we can move on. Here goes Swizzle asking serious questions again. Fudding our bags. I know. I gotta stop. But
the last thing I wanted to talk about before we left, we've actually never talked about this before. I put it in our notes. I want to talk about the Kled Bros and the guys. I saw a tweet yesterday. Coffee. I want to talk about the people. I saw a tweet yesterday that had a bunch of different tokens in it, like Dupe and Kled and Pay AI, and it was like these have real product market fits outside of crypto, and we don't value them appropriately. And it's like I feel like we've been trying to value all these things for a long time, and the market has decided that their value is nothing. Do you are you guys buying any of these like Kled type tokens at all? Or do you think that is there any value there, you think?
I don't know, because it comes back to the equity question of, the buying a token doesn't represent equity in these tokens, and buybacks are proven to be pretty ineffective. So what are you looking to gain on this token? You're essentially buying an attention token. But, there's some interesting takes on Kled. I think Kled is an interesting one. I know a lot of smart people who are in, and I know a lot of smart people who hate it. So it's kind of a big divide on it. It's an interesting coin. Avi's definitely an interesting character as well. But there's a lot of talk of like Kled is raising money outside of the token. Like they're raising VC rounds, like their Series A and their seed. And it's like, what happens to this token? Say if they raise a big Series A, what actually happens to the token? I have no idea. But Avi seems to have a master plan, what no one actually knows yet. But
that's the crazy thing. Yeah. I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but if you ever ask one of these people who's a long-term Kled holder and really, really like strong supporter, thinks it's the next big thing, you ever asked him what Kled is and gotten a real answer?
No, I have no idea. To be fair, I had to click around. It's like you upload images and like companies can buy the rights to the image and use it. And I think a lot of AI companies use it for AI generation. I might just be chatting.
A lot of companies use it?
No, I don't know how. I don't know. I see Avi posting big numbers, man. I see Avi posting big numbers. Maybe I'm getting sold to by Mr. Patel. I don't know.
There's a nice word. If you go look it up, it's a nice wordy, abstract, kind of loose interpretation that could be a lot of different things. They could monetize in a lot of different ways. I don't know if any of that exists yet. Does it?
You know how many sub 500K tokens I read that have that exact same description?
But just a whole lot of.
This has a cult. So I don't know. Avi,
Charles Hutchinson
prove us otherwise.
$30 billion coin. Yeah. So
Avi would be a good app, man. I would be a good.
I would love to get Avi on.
He's got a lot of good takes. I don't know about good, but he's got a lot of takes on the equity problem. He's got a lot of takes on just how he sees he's going to solve this problem. He's got a lot of stories with Ben Pasternak, which is fucking crazy as well. Avi would be
I would
a good
say
one.
Kled. My take is that Kled is a meme coin, but I would love to be proven otherwise. I would love to hear kind of the real case for why it is more than that, and what exactly is how it's going to evolve here.
I would love Avi to come on, and if at the end of the pod, he convinces us, we all go buy his token. And we accept Avi Patel
and become Kled guys.
And become Kled guys, yeah. We put it in the bio. If he really comes on and nails us, it goes in the bio. Maybe we slip on a badge.
I will put it in the bio, but I will say if he can convince us, then we'll collectively buy 1% of the supply.
I can get behind that.
And
I can get behind that. Yeah, and
I think I'd make a good Kled guy, honestly.
You would make it, yeah. I think Kled fits your personality.
emanate Kled vibes. Actually,
take that how you want. Take that how you want.
Not good.
Yeah.
It's not good, guys. It's not fucking good.
You are the Kled guy.
Oh, it's not good at all. All right. I'm tempted. This penguin keeps going up. I think I'm gonna tweet about the penguin and top it so I
Good
can
stuff.
buy it.
Good stuff.
So I'm gonna bull post it as if I bought it, and then it's gonna go down because people are gonna sell because like, oh shit, Wood bought it.
Mm-hmm. You know that this is a funny thing as well, because when I bought Seeker at like 380 mil. I ended up selling it like 500 or something. I made a decent amount, but my thesis on Seeker was I couldn't stand it going up anymore, so I'm gonna buy. And like I hope it fucking goes down. Like, that's how bad it was. Like
that's been some of my best trades. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, literally, and it ended up being a good trade because I was like, I'm sitting here watching this fucking chart. I've been here for hours, sitting at this thing, staring at it go up, and I was like, I'm buying. Hopefully, I put in all the group chats I'm in. Like, look, guys, be alarmed. I just bought Seeker, and I'm sidelined as fuck. It's now going to top, and it's going to go down. But you know, I got away with it. I got away with it this time.
I got a question for both of you guys. Have you ever bought something as a hedge because a lot of people you know are super bullish on it, and you can't stand it. You think it's the dumbest thesis.
Glad.
You really like don't align with it, but you buy it as a hedge. It starts going up, and then all of a sudden you start to buy in and believe. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
And then you actually believe in it, and you become converted.
Gas.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a time it happened with Wood specifically, actually.
Yeah,
but
I can tell this story. I bought Troll at 30 million or so, and I tweeted at the time. I said I'm only buying it because Free Electron has been wrong for about 18 months straight, and he's bound to get a win at some point. So I bought 0.5% of Troll at 30 million, and then it ripped 200.
You did like a 6x on it.
Bro, do you see they got listed on Binance as well?
Binance US. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Binance US. Yeah, true. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I was waiting. I was on the tweet 20 seconds after it came out, and I was like waiting for the news to hit the chart. Yeah, I was waiting for the news to hit the chart. I was like, wow, no one's buying. What's going on? It's just never done anything.
Yeah.
So
Binance US doesn't have to say, but yeah. So I did that with Troll, and I became a Troll guy for like a month or so.
But you became like unironically a Troll guy. Like you started as I'm buying it as a joke, and then you were a real.
It was a combination,
truther.
I think. It was a truther, but then I sold all my Troll at like 180 million and flipped it all into useless at like 150 million. And then I got real hate from the Troll community because I publicly tweeted that I did that. So then the Troll community was really mad at me after that.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You betrayed them. You betrayed Free Electron. That's your boy.
Yeah. He's still out there tweeting, guys.
Is he? Is he? I
He's
haven't
like
seen him.
He's like retweeting.
Oh, is it still Troll stuff?
Troll, some Fwog here and there.
I can imagine he's a big Wojak guy. No, seems like right up his street.
I think
I'm gonna take a look. Well, let's take a look. I need to find. We have to restart the KOL of the week segment. So I need some inspiration. So I'm gonna start digging around the timeline.
We should do that.
I'm glad I got away with it last week.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now. I got away with it.
No, Sats, you were the Scammer of the Week award.
Oh, yeah.
Trove, you're part of the Trove crew.
Part of the Trove gang. I got to take that on the chin. Scammer of the Week.
Oh, man, Scammer of the Year, I think.
I wish. I'd be making 50 million, man. Fucking
You'd be Finn Bags.
Yeah, I'll be Finn Bags. I'll be fucking in the Maldives right now. But,
man.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys. Good chatting. We will be back Tuesday. Do we have our guest next week or the week after? We have
week after.
We have that, and then,
we have Soju on.
We have Soju from Met coming on next week or the week after, and then some other people next week. So we'll be back Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will chat soon.
Use FOMO. Type shit.
Type shit.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.